Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It's Sunday morning and yes, I'm still hunting for my lost keys, but I'm getting very serious. I'm determined to find these keys. I will find these keys if it's the last thing I do. So I've been out with a metal detector this morning as I was the other day. Anyway, in this video, we're going to talk about the Summer Wells case, and Don Wells is back on YouTube debunking some of the things that are being said currently. Alright, so what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Cotton Simpson, we're going to talk about Chad Arnold, and we're going to talk about this alleged secret trip that Don had at an undisclosed time after Summer went missing. So let's start with Cotton Simpson. Cotton Simpson is the guy who Fred said was responsible for the disappearance of Summer Wells. In a jailhouse call with Ziggy recently, before Ziggy got banned contacting him, Fred said that Cotton told him he'd taken Summer. So, talked about Cotton Simpson quite a lot since Fred made this allegation. Cotton died in February of this year. He fell off a cliff, allegedly. So Cotton, where he lived, was here. It's about 5 miles away from 110 Ben Hill Road, and it's very close to Laurel Run Park. This is Laurel Run Park. This is all Laurel Run Park round here. That's kind of like the touristy bit, I guess, where the parking area and stuff is, but this park goes back, and it is very high. There's lots of ridges and stuff. If we zoom in, you can see how high that hill is. You can see there, that's the kind of park area, but you can see a trail going up there. Apparently, according to Fred, Cotton said he buried Summer's dead body in a cave near a waterfall. It's a credible claim. Cotton's house backs right onto the park. You don't have to go via road. You can just go through Cotton's backyard and you're straight into Laurel Run Park. So it's a credible claim. However, Cotton's family members and people who knew Cotton have come out and said there's no way he would have taken a child, just not that kind of guy. But in the years before he died, you know, his life had taken a downturn and he was, I don't know, drinking a lot, taking a lot of drugs, allegedly, a meth head, allegedly. So, who knows? How well do you ever know anybody, honestly? You know, just look what's going on in New York at the moment with the Long Island serial killer, Rex Heuermann. The accused Long Island serial killer. How well did anybody know him? Successful architect. You can say it time and time again. How well do you ever know anybody? Alright, so we'll just zoom down here. That's where Frank Light lives. This is the immediate area. Let's just recap on where Summer might have gone on the day she disappeared. So there's 110 Ben Hill Road. That's Jody Sue's cabin. Remember, Jody Sue was in her cabin. She alleges she heard a scream between 4:30 and 4:42. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has said that the scream is unfounded, so we don't know. But then there's a whole range of scent alerts. There's probably more. This is the thing. So we've got two sets of footprints. One footprint is further down here. It's around here. These are just general areas. I don't know exactly where they were, but one of them was on Mr. Phillips' property. He talked about footprints being found on his land in the early days of the case. There was another footprint on a ridge, which is on Mary Sexton's land. Mary died last year. Her daughter is the girlfriend of Don Sherfy Sr. He's the guy who confronted the Heels on the Ground people when they were there in December 2021. I think that would have been. He said this.
And Fred done put the word out to him. You say my name again and he'll kill him.
It always makes me laugh. Don Sherfy Sr. is the dad of Don Sherfy Jr., who I think is a massive suspect in this case. People have kind of stopped talking about him a little bit. He's in jail. He's doing 6 years for Child P. All the interest at the moment is on Fred and Fred's associates. Now, there was a scent alert along here somewhere near this creek, Limestone Branch. And then Fred's place. Now there's two Fred's places. 165, where he keeps a bunch of cars. That was his dad's place. And then his mother's place is down here. And this is where Fred was living. And there was a scent alert along here somewhere. That was behind one of Fred's trucks. We know that these were scent alerts from a live scent tracking dog or dogs. There was numerous dog teams out, and we don't know what direction these were. We just know that these dogs were looking for Summer's scent and they found it. A dog tracked her scent down onto the road. So what did she do to create all these scent alerts? Was she out there on her own? Unlikely. She walked all this way on her own. Fred Hill's girlfriend, Lora, is out of jail now, and she spoke to Ziggy. She really set the cat among the pigeons by saying that Candus was having some kind of affair with Cotton Simpson.
And I heard him tell Fred that he was fooling around with what's-her-face.
With Candus?
That little girl's mommy, yeah.
Candus or Marlena? Marlena Crawford or Candus?
Candus.
Oh my God.
Candus got really upset. She told her friend Daisy from Crime Crazy Critters on the Farm that she doesn't even know Cotton, and she's fuming. She's absolutely fuming that this has been said.
This person has no right to go on another person's panel and say that I had anything to do with this guy that I have never met, didn't even know his name until just recently, didn't know where he even come from.
Exactly.
It's just, it's got me so riled that I
know.
Yeah.
What Candus does admit to is seeing Chad Arnold. Chad Arnold is a guy who is Fred's friend, and he was at Fred's place, presumably down here, on the day Summer disappeared. When Candus was looking for Summer, she said she saw Chad Arnold and another guy. We don't know who that guy was. We could speculate on who he was. We could speculate that it was Cotton Simpson. We don't know. But Chad Arnold was there. Candus saw him. Fred said that Chad was at his place. Fred wasn't there. Conveniently, Fred wasn't there during the time that Summer would have disappeared. He was doing stuff, going to the store, I think he said, doing stuff with scrap cars, but Chad was there. Interesting. Don Wells on Voices Behind the Wall last night spoke about Chad Arnold, had some nice things to say about Chad. Thinks he's a likeable guy. He's a horse trainer.
I see him most of the time running up and down Beach Creek with someone's horse, training them. He was a horse trainer.
Yeah.
Very good. Very, very popular guy, you know, very likable.
Other people in the area also ride about on horses. Frank Light, his family are into horses. And Don says that one of the Lights, I don't know whether it was Frank Light or another Light, has actually been on their property with a horse.
Have you ever seen him riding horses then up Ben Hill?
No, but I've seen the lights up there. One of the lights come up here on our property before riding a horse.
Lights?
Yeah,
I get, yeah, the lights, okay.
But Chad Arnold, Don says, wouldn't take a child.
And have you seen Chad since Summer went missing? Has he been hanging around up there? Or did he stop hanging around then?
He quit hanging around up here since then.
That's
Just
interesting.
like a lot of people
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't think Chad was capable of doing something to hurt Summer. I don't think that's the type of person that would do something like that.
But like I said before, how well do we really know anybody? Something happened to Summer, and if we are prepared to agree that all of these scent alerts are actually Summer wandering about on the day she disappeared, and I think it's pretty likely that these are really Summer's footprints and Summer's scent. There's probably more that we don't know about. We only know about these because people have spoken about them. There may be more that law enforcement found that nobody knows. But yeah, how well do we know anybody? Just because Don likes Chad Arnold doesn't mean to say that he isn't in some way connected to the disappearance of Summer. Somebody took Summer, unless she wandered away. And if she wandered away, then wouldn't she have been found? Even if she'd been gone far longer than anybody knows, which I believe she was, and she got further than the immediate search area. After 2 years, surely a property owner, somebody, would have found something, some evidence, clothing, something, anything connected to Summer Wells, but there's been nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's not the kind of terrain that a little girl would be able to, get really high on a ridge without help. I don't know. If she walked away on one of these flat parts, then somebody would have found some evidence. I mean, it's possible that she just wandered away, but just after 2 years, I find it difficult to believe that there wouldn't be some kind of evidence. If she'd been got by a wild animal, there'd be evidence. I don't know. Anything's possible, but I don't think that's my preferred theory, even if it's what law enforcement believe. This Wisconsin trip, this comes from Lisa Kay Ruetz the other night. I did a video about it, and this is somebody who lives in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, where Grandma is from, said that Don turned up there, Grantsburg, Wisconsin, with Grandma, and Grandma didn't go to Illinois.
Candy and Don went to Wisconsin after Summer went missing. She did not go to Illinois.
The story has always been that she went to Illinois to look after an ailing family member. She went sometime mid-July, 4 to 5 weeks after Summer disappeared. But apparently, according to this person, she did not go to Illinois. She was in Wisconsin, and Don Wells was there. Don Wells has debunked this claim on Voices Behind the Wall.
Don, what do you think about the rumors there that you went to Wisconsin with Candus's mom?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
There's so many ridiculous stuff going on. I don't know. It's all ridiculous.
We were on video call every day, a lot then, were we not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I certainly didn't see you in Wisconsin.
I think it's a long shot that Don went to Wisconsin, and Grandma and Don really don't get on. And why would Don go 1,000 miles all the way to Wisconsin? You might say, well, he was going hiding Summer's body, but would you really need to go 1,000 miles to hide a body? Well, Letitia Stout did, but that's just Letitia Stout. Maybe burying Summer in a family location. I just don't see it. I honestly don't see it. And 2 years down the line, Don and Candus are not good. They're not good at holding things back. I don't know. I just don't see it. I know a lot of people, when I did the series of live streams about suspects in the Summer Wells case, I had a poll up, and the majority of people who were watching that live stream when I did the poll thought that an accident and cover-up was the thing that happened to Summer. It's not my preferred theory. It never has been. I don't see them being able to cover this up for 2 years. But what happened to Summer Wells? Was she abducted? If so, by who? There's so many dodgy characters around there. Donna's always said that there's dodgy characters around there. The very night that Summer disappeared, Don went to see Fred, banged his door in to find out what he knew. It's interesting that Don went to see Fred, and some of the things Don said in the early days have been borne out as fact, and I'm not defending Don Wells by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of what he said in those early days has been borne out as fact. Fred is now in jail for the distribution of methamphetamine, and the traffic down Ben Hill has largely stopped now. Well, why? Because maybe they've had to clean up their act a little bit. Let me know what you think about all of these latest rumours and the debunking of those latest rumours in the comments below. And I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.